there's 3 reasons I started doing this. First reason, it's always been my dream. I grew up watching Crocodile Hunter for kids before school every morning instead of cartoons. My favorite movies growing up were Anaconda, Eight-Legged Freaks. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for letting me watch rated R movies. Jeff Corwin was always my hero. When I was little and Google was new, I said, Dad, I want to be Jeff Corwin. How do I be Jeff Corwin when I grow up? So we Googled it. We Googled Jeff Corwin and what he did. And they said, well, 1, he got a bachelor's degree in biology. And I was young, I didn't quite know what that meant, but I said, well, I guess that's what I'm doing now. And I did. And then he went and got his doctorate, which I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get accepted into the University of Utah PhD program right now. I should be writing my letter of intent, but I decided to go on a hike. I'm looking into a few ecology and environmental field labs. And at some point I just decided, you know what? It's 2018. I don't have to do all that. I mean, I'm still going to, because that's my passion and that's what I want to do. But if I want to be Jeff Corwin, I can just grab a camera and go start filming things. I'm kind of funny, I'm sure. So I did. The second reason I'm doing this is because it's part of my fitness goal. In fact, I lived in California for 4 years after I graduated. Came back to Utah, to Ogden, which is new to me. And this is in my backyard. So I just decided, as part of my fitness and pretending to go on a diet and all that, I'm not like a runner, I'm not a gym guy, but I love hiking. So I started hiking. And when I started hiking, that's when I realized that for a lot of years I'd lost my passion. I lived in Central Valley, California, which is next to nothing. You have to drive hours. You could go to Yosemite, the beach, go further, go up to the Redwoods, wherever, but it was all so far away, you had to take a trip. Now that it's in my backyard and I can come here every day, I realized this is what I want to do. And the third reason I started doing this was my dogs. Erwin, come. Come here, Pooch. Sit. Sit. This is my dog, Erwin. This is my dog, Bindi. Good dogs. We have a blue heeler and a border collie heeler mix. Very high energy, very crazy. Obviously, you could tell they're going crazy even though we're on a hike. They require a lot of stimulation. They require a lot of exercise. But unfortunately, recently, Erwin got himself injured. He has his kneecap kept popping out, and it wouldn't hurt him, but he'd lose use of his limb, and he would limp along. But by the time I got appointment to the vet to get that checked out, he also tore his ACL. So it's going to require surgery. It's going to cost like $4,000. It's going to take about 3 months of recovery time. But in the meantime, before we get that surgery, he needed exercise. But fast, agile things like chasing and catching balls and frisbees, which is his normal everyday job, he loves to do it, that usually makes his knee contort a lot, so we couldn't do that anymore. Hey, be nice. Hey! Be nice, pups. So we started going on hikes. hiking every day. Nice, strenuous walking is good without twisting too much, which is hard when his little sister is around and they wrestle. Those are the 3 reasons I started to do this. Now, I'm not pretending that I am going to be the next Jeff Corwin or the next Wasatch Front crocodile hunter. This is just what I want to do. And I find so many things interesting up here. I wanted to share it with you. Who else would have guessed there's a freaking caterpillar on top of freshly fallen snow where there was no tree to fall from? And I have so many ideas. When spring hits, I know a spot where the tiger salamanders come out to breed while the water is still absolutely freezing temperatures. I'm going to try and contact Dave. Dave's Reptile Rescue. He specializes in relocating rattlesnakes along the Wasatch. My brother, my other flockin', he specializes in mycology, a lot of mushrooms and funguses that grow in these areas. They'll have a lot of cool things to say. These dogs are just taking laps around me. The reason I'm doing all this interpretive work with prints and leavings is because it is wintertime. All that's out are the birds. It'd be really hard to track animals in the winter with a tiny camera and a couple dogs, but I'll try. But when the spring comes, that's when I'll hit my stride. Because mostly I like to focus on smaller animals, reptiles, small mammals, active birds, insects. Thank you, Jack Longino, my entomology professor. This one's for you. I'm going to be looking under every rock and log and thing along the way, which makes my hikes take 5 times longer. Whenever my fiance says, hey, let's go on a hike, I'll be like, I don't know, it'll take all day. She's like, it's only a 4-mile hike. I'm like, that'll take 2 days because I have to stop and look at everything that is so interesting to me. And not to mention all the Les Stroud-esque camera work and tripods and filming myself. It'll take even longer, which I'm excited to do. But while I figure out how to do all that, it's going to take me a long time, even to just get past these foothills. I will have thoroughly explored this small patch of Bonneville Shoreline Trail by the time spring comes. And maybe by then, I'll have hit up some other spots too. Until then, I need to write my letter of intent, get accepted to grad school, go to the University of Utah football game, edit all of this footage so that I have an actual episode, work in progress, to watch instead of just 50 videos of me rambling. And maybe I'll make something out of this.